Hey there, sister. Welcome back to the Girl Out of Order podcast. It is 2025 and it's January. So, what does that mean? Well, most human beings are thinking about fresh starts, right? New habits, getting rid of old habits, losing the holiday weight, paying off the credit card bills, getting the gym membership, fill in the blank. January brings about a sense of renewal and refreshing and re-energizing. And at Girl Out of Order, it's no different. On February 4th, 2025, the Who Are You Really Mastermind is launching. I am so excited to bring this beautiful labor of love to this incredible community and to the women around this world. We are going to take an incredible journey through the 5 phases of identity creation. The best news ever is that you get to create your identity. So whether you want to find your way home to your true self that you maybe lost along the road of life, or you are like me and you're standing on the edge of becoming an empty nester and you want to create a new glorious identity for the next chapter of your life, no matter what it is, these 5 phases of identity creation are for you. First of all, we're going to talk about acknowledgement, figuring out where you are so you can decide how to get where you want to go. And then the really critical phase of awareness. It's about waking up to whatever is going on inside you that is creating a vibe, an energy, a mindset in your life that is not serving the life you truly deserve. We're going to peel back the layers of those disempowering beliefs. We're going to strip off the labels that we've either placed on ourselves, sisters, or we've allowed others to place on us. And we're going to rewire those beliefs and step into this new identity. And then we get to slide into phase 3, which is the design phase. And this is where you get to be a mad scientist, where you get to engage the left side and the right side of your brain using poetry and visualization to create your own personal proclamation of who you are and who you are stepping into. And then in phase 4, it's evolution. So we take this, we've rewired these beliefs, we've created this personal proclamation of who we are, we've got it into our bones, and then in phase 4, we create a life masterpiece where we get practical and tactical so you can start living the life of your dreams on a daily basis. It's about taking those actions that are in alignment with who you know yourself to be. And then once we've done that, we end with phase 5, which is the momentum phase. I don't know about you, but I have certainly bought courses or taken seminars or gone to conferences and been so fired up. And then it fizzles out like one of those little 4th of July snakes. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you do. Those used to fascinate me. They come in these little, I don't know, they're just like a little black thing, but then you light them up and then they start to form this big snake and it gets really exciting and then it fizzles out. That's what personal development can be like. And so in this momentum phase of the Who Are You Really Mastermind, we are going to give you the tools and the community to stay engaged, to stay on task, to stay focused on the life that you are designing for your 2025 and beyond. So for right now, we have $200 off this mastermind, and I would love you to join us. If you need more information, hit me up in my DMs or go to whoareyoureally.com/offer. It will be in the show notes. I would love to have you there. It starts on February 4th and goes for 7 weeks, 90 minutes a week. Can you give yourself 90 minutes a week for 7 weeks to create the life of your dreams? I know you can. I know you will. And I hope to see you there. So this week in the Girl Out of Order Facebook community, actually last week, excuse me, we had a Facebook Live and I just felt really compelled to stop in the community because I understand from my own 53 years of lived experience of how tempting it is to start the year off wanting to change everything, all the things. I'm going to change my morning routine. I'm going to get up early. I'm going to drink kombucha. I'm not going to have caffeine. I'm only going to eat a plant-based diet. I'm going to meditate an hour a day. I am going to pay off that credit card. I'm going to cut up that credit card. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It is so tempting to buy the fresh planners and all the new pens, and we're going to redo everything. We're going to have New Year's resolutions. And oftentimes what we do is we go so far, so fast that we just can't maintain it. And so I stopped into the Facebook Live in the Girl Out of Order community this last week, and because I just wanted to offer a little bit of encouragement, a little shot in the arm, but something that is so attainable. Because here's what I've found. When we want to make changes in our life, we don't go for the big, massive shifts if we want it to be sustainable. We make the 2mm shifts because small hinges, sisters, swing big doors. And I talked about this in the Facebook Live because I grew up on a farm and we had three different barns, an outbuilding, and a garage. And every single one of those buildings had a really heavy door. And it was like when you see those barn doors, like people put in all those those cool barn doors they put in their homes now. Wasn't so cool when it was on an old aging barn, but it is actually quite cool. And it's a beautiful metaphor for change because you have this huge, massive door, and I'm only 5'2" tall. I couldn't even get close to the top of it. My wingspan isn't that big, but I mean, I wasn't like arm to arm, couldn't even reach the edges of the door. And the way we open those doors is these little tiny wheels at the top of the door. And all you had to do was apply a little bit of pressure, and that big door swung open. And so what I want to offer to you in this beautiful podcast is I want to offer you just 5 easy, tangible steps that you can take to blast into 2025 with clarity, with positivity, and with purpose. And in these 5 easy steps, I'm just inviting you to make this commitment to yourself because you can do these 5 easy steps in the next 5 days. You could do them all in 24 hours. You could frankly do them all in half a day if you really wanted to. But I wanted to offer just a little bit of a different take on the beginning of the year because I've been very convicted in these 5 areas of the life in my own personal existence. And I just really believe that if we are going to live as a girl out of order, if we are going to live confident and compelling, beautiful lives, we need to take care of business in these 5 areas. And these 5 areas are your physical body, your spiritual body, if you will, your financial area, your relationships, and your mission, business, whatever you want to call that. I think mission and business, your job. And if we can just make small shifts in these 5 areas, I have experienced this personally, your lives actually really do start to change. And so let's start with the first area. Now, pull up a chair, sit down, and I really want you to listen. If you do not have your health, everything else that you are doing for your life, your business, your mission, your serving, your relationships will be less impactful. It will be more stressful. It will give you less energy. Because as my mentor, Lauren Lahav, says, your health is your wealth. You can be the richest person in the world, but if you don't have your health, you're poor. There's a saying that says that a healthy person has 1,000,000 wishes, but a sick person has only one. And so I want to lovingly invite you to move your beautiful body. Your body, sisters. Do me a favor. Take your hands and place them on your heart. Can you feel her beating? She is working so hard to sustain you, to help you thrive, to pump the blood to your extremities and your brain and your thoughts and your spirit, expanding your lungs. You get one body. Are you caring for her? In my manifesto that I did in Unleash Her Power Within, one of my favorite lines, and it is carried over to every manifesto I've done, and I've done 4 of them. It's carried over every time, and it says, I am in tune with my body, and I listen to her signals. If you are not moving your body, then you don't listen to anything else I have to say, unless you are committing to move your body. Now, I am so tenderhearted and sympathetic to how hard this is for many women out there. Exercise to me is so ingrained in who I am. I have been a runner since my earliest memories. In fact, I came out of my mother's womb with one blue leg. I was just always meant to run. Exercise is not hard for me. And so I am not sitting here on my high horse looking down on you. And I understand that exercise comes easier to some people than it does to others. But here's the great news. There's no one size fits all for moving your beautiful body. Let me ask you this. Do you like to dance? When that song comes on and you feel your body moving, you know the one I'm talking about. Whatever it is for you. I mean, I've got songs in my head, but I am not going to make your ears bleed by singing them. Dancing is moving. Stretching is moving. Yoga is moving. Elliptical is moving. Bicycle is moving. Walking your doggone dog is moving your body. So here's my challenge to you. And this is an easy step. You can do this. And this can become a way of life for you. This is so attainable. And I'm going to say this as lovingly as I can. I don't want to hear any excuses for why you can't move your body 10 minutes a day. Set a timer for 10 minutes. And really feel how long 10 minutes actually is. And then tell me what you can do for 10 minutes to move your body, to walk around the block. In fact, where I live, I couldn't even make it around the block in 10 minutes. So what my challenge to you is physiology first. How we move our body is determinative about how much energy we have to reach our dreams, to create the life we want, to have the relationships that juice us, to get fired up about this one beautiful life you have to live. Even a small burst of movement creates your energy. It reduces your stress. And it improves your focus. One of the things that Tony Robbins does is he jumps on the little mini trampoline. He does it before he gets on the stage every time. And sometimes when I'm in his conferences and I'm so damn tired because they go on forever, I will literally bounce on the trampoline. It gets your lymph system moving. Come on, who doesn't like to jump on a freaking trampoline? Walk up and down the stairs. Here's the thought. Take the stairs. Don't take the elevator. All right. I know I sound a little preachy, or maybe I don't, but I'm okay with sounding stern on this because I love you and I want you to live a beautiful life. I was just taking a yoga class. Oh God, yesterday. I'm so sore today. I can barely move. And if you're looking at this on YouTube, I got funky bangs. I'm wearing my tank top because I'm trying some new things too. And here's the thing. I was talking to this gal in yoga. Her name was Roxana. And we were talking about how she helps take care of her parents. And her parents are in their 80s. And she's like, yeah, my mom still walks 3 miles a day. And I was like, that's incredible. And she said, yeah, but they've lost all their friends. I said, that makes me so sad. And she said, they just stopped moving. And as I was talking to my husband about this, we were saying like, so much happened during COVID, but one of the most devastating things that happened, I believe, other than the mental health crisis. So can I just put that on? Let me just rephrase it. The mental health crisis is just off the charts. But what that did is it created an even more sedentary lifestyle. We're more isolated. We sit down in front of our computers. We disconnect from life, and getting up off your tuchus and putting on your shoes. Listen, I live in Northern Illinois. It was 12 degrees when Sean and I went out in the trails this morning. Do you think that was comfortable? No, but you know what's more uncomfortable than that? Getting sick, getting diabetes, getting heart disease. Move your body. As we get older, we need to move even more, not less, more, because it's that much more important that we take care of our beautiful vessel. Lift weights. So keep it simple, but make it effective. Meaning, set an alarm, and when that alarm goes off, obey it. Listen to her. Get up and move, dance, stretch. What if you turned on a song you love and you danced, you just swayed. Get your arms up. I mean it. Get your arms in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Not only are you going to feel better, but you're going to be smiling because you're going to be having flashbacks of maybe when you were clubbing in college. I don't know what it is for you, whether it's dance or yoga or walking or running or biking, something, anything to move your beautiful body. All right, number 2. Taking care of your spiritual body. I know a lot of people at the beginning of a year are like, I'm going to meditate an hour a day. That's a lot of meditation, and that may work for you. And I'm so supportive of you. I am cheering you on, sister. If you are like the meditating queen, go for it. But here's a small tip, and this is just something, it's a little bit unique, and it's not going to be what you expect. Connect with nature for 5 minutes a day. Why is that spiritual? Well, when you step outside and you breathe deeply and you take in your surroundings, something changes in your spirit. It just does. My daughters were laughing at me a little bit this morning. They're like, Mom, why do you have a smile on your face? I was sitting at the kitchen table and I was just staring out the window and I was just smiling. They said, why are you smiling? I said, because I'm just noticing how much I love the view from our kitchen table. And it's nothing glorious. It's just the backyard and some trees and the neighbor's house that has these goofy ornaments that are hanging off their front porch and the birds flittering around in the trees. And I just felt more spiritually grounded and alive. So here's the really cool thing about this challenge paired with number 1 is you're out moving your body for 10 minutes in nature. Boom, 2 birds with 1 stone. I live across the street from a park and we go there almost every single day. We go up and down the hills and we stop and we look around and we appreciate God's creation and we feel more connected to our spirit. Nature has a grounding effect on the human spirit. It just does. And don't knock it if you haven't tried it. In fact, when I was in Fiji, Lauren was telling us to go out and do this grounding. And I was like, woo crap. This is so dumb. And I went out there and yes, it's a little bit more spiritual in Fiji because it's freaking Fiji. But I went out there and I literally just put my feet in the grass. So you take off your shoes and you literally just have your feet in the grass and you are grounding yourself to Mother Earth. And something in me just shifted. So your second challenge, 5 minutes a day to connect with nature. So for me, sitting at the kitchen table, I wasn't outside, but the sun comes up and peeks through the trees, and I could just feel the vitamin D on my face. And I felt closer to God, and I felt more settled in my spirit. So you're taking care of your body, you're taking care of your spirit. Now let's take care of our finances. Third easy step. And I'm going to make this super easy because I know this time of year, there are a million different financial people out there saying, do this program, do that program, download this app. I am not a financial person. I am getting better at my finances. We're on the Ramsey plan. We're getting out of debt. We're really working hard on our finances. That's not what this is about. This is super simple, tangible, practical step you can do right now. There is nothing sexier than a woman in charge of her finances. Let me say that again. There is nothing sexier than a woman in charge of her finances. I work with women every single day, and the bondage that I see in women who don't have control, knowledge, and understanding about their finances, it's intense. And here's the great news. You can start taking control of it today, and so easy. And I'm going to give you this easy tip. And these are just Christine's tips. This is nothing fancy, but it's doable. I don't want fancy. I want those little wheels that move those giant barn doors. You're going to identify just one small expense to cut. Just one. Is it Starbucks? Sorry, don't shoot me. I love my Starbucks too. Is it Netflix? What is it? Is it your Friday pizza? We have Friday pizza night. I'm not cutting that, but I'm just throwing that out there. What is that one small expense that you can cut and then set up a micro savings goal? So I saw a friend of mine had posted on Facebook, and she was saying how she has this jar of, and it's just like a mason jar. And every week she's committed to putting one piece of paper in there that talks about some blessing or something she's grateful for that happened that week. Amazing idea. I really want to steal it, but I keep forgetting to get the mason jar. I digress. I would like you, if you're up for the invitation, to pick one small expense to cut that saves you $5, $10, I don't care what it is. And then when you don't go to Starbucks, or when you don't watch Netflix and you cancel that subscription, you take that money and you put it in that little mason jar. I know it's not interest bearing. I know it's not a good investment. This is not about investment. This is not about investment strategy. This is about creating new habits. You want to create new habits, and you want them to start small, because then they'll build on each other. So I don't know if you're in for that or up for that, but I know that I've done that recently, and it has actually made me feel more grounded in my finances, which, like I said, is really sexy. All right, number 4, relationship. Your relational goals. Here's something you can do in the area of relationships that you can do right away that's going to make an immediate impact. Plan a 15-minute connection check-in. Just make the call, send the text, set up the time. It's not that hard. But you need to trust me on this. You don't want to have the regrets for the call you didn't make and the connection you didn't have. This week, I memorialized my mom's 2-year passing. And I have so many regrets about the last couple years of her life, because we really had some fracturing, and I didn't pick up the phone a lot of the times, and I didn't make the trip. And then it was too late. When things started to turn around after my intervention with Tony Robbins in 2022 in December, I was so excited to reconnect with my mom. And I ran out of time, because just 9 days after the end of Date with Destiny, my mom went in a coma and she died on January 3rd. And we had a few conversations in between that time, and they were really going well, but then I lost that opportunity because she went home to be with God. So what I want to say to you is, as you start this year, who can you call? Who can you check in on? For me, I'm committing to going across the street to check in on my elderly neighbor, Noreen, because right after Christmas, I saw the ambulance pull up and I thought, oh shit, I'm too late. I told her I'd come over and have coffee with her, and I didn't frickin' do it. And I don't want those regrets. But it's more than just not having regrets. It's about having a beautiful, vibrant, connected life. And it's a 2 millimeter shift. Do you have 15 minutes that you can invest in a relationship with another human being? I don't care who it is. You choose. And then lastly, your mission and business. So this is where I feel very passionate, and I want to end on this. Having just launched the Who Are You Really Mastermind and getting ready to start this on February 4th, this was a huge deal for me. I'm taking imperfect, messy action. And am I freaked out? Yeah, I'm freaked out, but I'm also really fired up because you know what I did? I fucking took the action. I actually pulled the trigger. I actually put myself out there. I took the step. I launched the course. I made the post. I'm sending the emails. But it didn't start with that big grand thing. It started with one small shift, one small step. I picked a name. I picked a name for the mastermind. That was the small shift I made. It was the small step. So my last invitation to you is this. What is one small, tangible action that you can take today to move closer to your dream? Whether it's brainstorming ideas, creating a social media account, or researching some tools to fill in gaps of skills you don't have. When you start just taking one small action, momentum builds in every one of these areas of your life. Listen, it's 2025. I keep saying it, my daughters keep rolling their eyes. It's 2020 thrive, baby. Sounds so dorky when I say it. No wonder they make fun of me. But I want you to thrive. I want to thrive. So take care of your health. Make that small shift. Take care of your spirit because she drives you. Get on your finances because that's sexy and that will fuel your dreams. Connect relationally with somebody. You know who it is. You know who's on your heart. And then lastly, what's one small tangible action you can take to move closer to your dream? Sister, this is going to be the best year of our lives. I am speaking it. I am manifesting it. God is calling me to it. God is equipping me for it. It is done. And so it is. And I want the same for you. But you got to start marching. You got to put your work boots on and you got to start taking these steps. When I did this Facebook Live in our Facebook community, we had such a beautiful conversation in the chat. Women putting out there what they're going to do for the year and what they're committing to. How about you? This world needs you. This world needs what only you can provide. Are you willing to step up for yourself? I get it. You've probably invested in a number of programs, and I hope you'll consider hopping into the Who Are You Really Mastermind, but that's not what this is about. This is not another big program. This is just something you can do in the next 5 to 7 days to start building some momentum so that you can make this the best year of your life. I'm excited for you. It's going to be an amazing year. I would love it if you would go ahead on whatever platform you listen to and review this podcast. This is the year that Girl Out of Order goes to the next level. We need your help. I want to build this community. I want to make an impact, and I want to watch you all make an impact on each other. Our time is now. Your time is now. Keeping a girl out of order, because like I always say, and I mean with every fiber of my being, the world needs what only you can provide, sister. And we're in this together. I love you, and I'll see you next week.